What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. Got a pretty cool video for you guys today. We're going on an adventure. So as you guys saw in the last video, I finally got the tire moose installed, got the forks back on. They're freshly serviced by AEO. I've actually adjusted the sag just a little bit, and we're going to take this thing on a good ride with this new sprocket as well. Dropped it from, it was a 52 before, we're on a 49 now. Get a little bit more out of it. I've actually got the phone on this really janky setup, and we're going to kind of clock our speed and our distance and everything on here, at least the best I can, and see what we actually get for some speed here. I saw 79. This is gonna be a good chase bike. So what I'm feeling right now are these tire moose getting broken in. They're pretty stiff right now, just like they said they would be. They're supposed to feel like 10 to 12 pounds of air, and giving them the old switch test, I guess it kind of feels like that. But we're gonna go on a long ride all the way down past the end of the mountain range here, and I've filled this thing up just under 4 gallons of fuel, so 3.9 or something like that, and we're going to see what kind of mileage we get on this thing. It's kind of why I'm also clocking distance on here. Total ride time, a little bit of distance, and a little bit of speed. We can get our average speed on here. I'm not going to be going very fast, I can tell you that, but as of right now, this thing feels pretty good. Feels really good. Got a long way to go though, so we're gonna get to moving. That was 80. Oh yeah, this bike will move right along. So I took you guys out on a loop out here, a few weeks ago. And I did that quick loop testing this thing when I first got it and put the fuel tank on. But now we're going way beyond that. We're going way south. And I'm going to show you guys a new area that I recently discovered as well around Thanksgiving. And it goes way down south. I think just getting to the end of the mountain range there is 20 miles. I should also note, I literally just got back from racing Glen Helen. I haven't even washed my boots yet. They're still covered in mud. But it's such a nice day. It's like 78 degrees out in May. It's amazing right now. I had to take advantage of good weather. Besides, by the end of this week, I won't have this bike anymore. I gotta hand it over to Kenny. I don't know if running the taller gearing like that is going to help our fuel mileage all that much. I'm assuming it should. But this bike shouldn't be up near the rev limiter the whole time either. It should be a little easier on the engine. Alright, making our turn back towards the ridge. This is that same road I went down with the Lisi boys, that whole crew, when they came down here for New Year's. It goes a long way, and you can feel this really soft sand now. Still, it feels pretty stable. It's a little bit washy, but not bad. These tire moves are definitely breaking in. Alright, we're starting to get farther south here. You can see the road is getting a little bit more windy. A little more chatter in it. But there are jets flying overhead doing patterns and things. It's pretty freaking cool. Trying to use these berms as much as I can. Makes it much easier getting around these corners. There's a Border Patrol truck. How you doing, sir? Ma'am, sorry. Another thing, you got to make sure you adhere to the signs out here. They're pretty good about posting them everywhere. So you've got signs that warn you, hey, stay on the road here, don't go in this area. You know, here's an improved trail, stay away from this. They're kind of all over the place so that it just kind of steers you in the right direction. So you should never really get that lost out here. Whoa, as I get closer to the end of the ridge line, I just noticed they came through here and it looks like they plowed this out. I mean, after some heavy rain, it looks like there's definitely some heavy washout, but it came straight down this road and it's just basically packed everything in. This used to be really soft sand and right now it's hard packed. Really cool looking. It's all marbled up with the different colors. This is crazy. You can see where it bursts in when it comes washing down. Wild. Almost feels like a paved road. This is cool. Look at that. Just gorgeous out right now. We'll pull off up here and I'll show you guys a cool spot. So we are pretty much down at the end of the ridgeline. And I'm pulling off in this cool spot over here where there used to be, I don't know if it's still around, there used to be a picnic table down here where people could just kind of hang out, I guess park during a long ride. I'm gonna pull up right between these rocks. Don't want to break any handles. Man, that thing's doing great. So I found this just riding around near Thanksgiving. Oh, there's the picnic table. It is still there. And it's like a pull-off site. All these roads and trails lead down to the end here. The border wall is just a little ways down that way. And then everything curves around the end, but this is kind of like a focal point. There's a cave up here that I've climbed up into before, taking pictures. And it's just like a really cool area. The rock down here is so much different than everything up there near town. Everything is so untouched. Just such a cool spot to visit. Nice, they put it right underneath this tree. So let's just take a moment. What a great little spot to stop. But I'm gonna keep going. There were some eagles literally just flying over and screeching, 3 of them, and before I could even think about getting the camera out, they already around the end of the ridge line there. Oh well, we'll press on, because what I want to do is I want to take you guys all the way around the end, and there's a valley on the other side that opens up. It's huge, and I wasn't able to go that deep because on the YFZ I don't have that much fuel range, so I had to turn around pretty quick after exploring just a little bit, but I want to go a little bit further in it this time. I should also point out that even though I put a really small sprocket on the back, I guess 49 isn't that small, but the point is, it doesn't really feel like I've lost any power or anything. I know on the quads they're so heavy that when you try to gear them too tall, that it feels like they just bog and there's no power left. Well, this thing doesn't really feel like that. But now we're on another trail. It's like a couple of washes that come down the east side of that same ridgeline I was just on the other side of. And, oh wow, they're really washboarded. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's better. That was ridiculous. The dirt is so good. Did it rain down here or something? I didn't feel any rain last night. This dirt is perfect. This is definitely one of my favorite areas to come out and ride. Ooh, I got to take you guys over here. This is something cool I found last time. Oh, there goes O'Hare. There's so much wildlife out here. I got to be very careful that I don't go crazy here cutting trails and stuff. A lot of times you'll be cruising down these valleys and you'll think you'll see a way to cut across the ridgeline, like a little gap in the ridgeline, which is what I'm kind of headed to right now. And you go, oh, I could probably just hop back over to the main road over there. Nah-uh. It's not what you think. You'll see here in a minute when I get over there. This is such a cool little flowing trail in here, but look, here's that gap I was talking about. Mind the gap. Wow, the washout was heavy in here, holy cow. But check this out. That is not what you think it is. Sure, it looks good from afar. Then you get right up on it, you'd be launching yourself off into the abyss. It kind of makes you realize you can get a little bit disoriented with where you're actually at, because that's the desert floor that I was just on coming down the road. We're a good 200 feet above that now all of a sudden. All we did was go down and around the end. So it's kind of crazy to think that you've been climbing, coming up that wash just back here, and you're 200 feet higher than you just were. But such a cool spot to stop and kind of take it in. And that breeze feels really good. Oh. All right, let's pick that bike up and get going again. Let's keep cruising up this valley back here. I should note, coming down that road and getting to the very tip of the ridgeline, I think is 19 miles. I think that's what it was. Got to look at my trip here. I've done 23.6 miles. Some of that's me going back and forth for a couple camera shots, so I'm not going to really count that. We'll say we've done 21 miles, maybe 22 miles. God, this is such a cool place. Kind of bummed I didn't know about it sooner. Man, this bike is really at home right now. I mean, I'm not an experienced rider by any means, but really feels just good. I don't feel like I'm gonna go down or this thing is all over the place. It's just at home right now. A little wheelie. Look at the way the clouds cast shadows on the ridgeline over there on the far side. Past all the saguaro. Gosh. You know, sometimes when you're riding and you don't really have any particular goal, or you're not trying to get anywhere, you're just cruising along and enjoying it, and then you just hit that zen moment. I'm kind of in that right now. Can't beat it. I just don't want to be anywhere else right now. I am now on a road that heads farther east that I haven't been on yet, so we're going deeper this way. Through here, I kind of want to get closer. It almost looks like a small canyon. Here we go. Check this out. This has been a cool spot to hang out and just kind of take it in, but let's keep moving. I've only got about 26 miles on in an hour and a half I've been out here, so let's see if we can put some miles on this thing. Wow. This is interesting. So I've gone a little higher up in elevation. We're only talking like another 100 feet, but look at how many more saguaro there are all of a sudden. It's just like they grow in patches. Come on, man. Man, there are a lot of those little chipmunks running around. It's a lot of snake food. Oh yeah, here we go, rocks! Pick my way through. Jeez! Just a bouncing. Those moose weren't that bad through there. I thought it was gonna feel a lot harsher than that, but they must be pretty well broken in now. Oh yeah, the trail's starting to disappear. Big old rocks everywhere. This is where it's nice having that hydraulic clutch. There we go. Wow, we've really snuck in here. Been riding first gear for a minute. Oh, nice. Good trail. Here we go. Just about took an Ocotillo to the hand. That was close. Wow. I know I'm saying that a lot on this little trip here, but seriously, wow. So I'm kind of at the limit of where I can go from the signs. I just want to show you guys something real quick. Head down this little wash. Well, I shouldn't really call this a wash. There we go. A little rear foot brake work. Get down these rocks. And then I want to show you guys something. Okay, I've finagled the bike over. Just rested against a rock. Found an underwear tree, apparently. Some bras and panties. But if you look past this tree, see how the wash drops down? We are about to, if the trail kept going, spit out the other side. So we crossed that entire valley, got into this ridge, and then down there is the desert floor again. We're a few hundred feet above that. And you can see just past those rocks, the desert floor out there, and the town of Welton is right on the other side. This is cool. I'll hop back on the bike and then we'll head back. It's interesting. This trail just kind of comes down here to a dead end, but there's a sign that says foot and horse traffic only from here on out. So even if I physically can't make it, I don't think I'm allowed to do it anyway. So we'll get moving. Let's get some air moving through this thing again. See how my enduro skills are. Okay, made it out of the rocks, but we're in the washboard, so I'll catch you guys when the trail smooths out a little bit. Much better. We're going by that big wash over there on our way out. So far, we are at 34 miles, just over 2 hours. All right, out on the main wash there. Going right back by our picnic area. I am happy to be out of that washboarded mess. Ugh. Now I'll just catch bugs to the face at high speed. Now we head straight back. Final stretch. I'll see you guys in the garage. All right. What's the final tally? So that ride, we did 61.37 miles. We've covered a little bit of distance. Max speed was 81.85 miles an hour. Average was 20. Can't really count that because I stopped a lot. Total duration, I was just out there for 3 hours. That's kind of a moot point because, again, I stopped a lot and did a lot of filming and things like that. But as you guys can see, a little over 61 miles and a little over 81 miles an hour. So what's my final verdict on this bike? Well, we set out to build a desert bike out of a supercross bike. Have I converted it? I can't really say that I have. I don't think I did. I think I made a KTM350
capable of riding in the desert is what I did. I didn't make a full-on desert bike. The bigger fuel tank helps. The gearing definitely helped. That thing stretched its legs just fine. The mapping in map 1 is fine for this kind of stuff. Not worried about the engine power. However, the suspension, that's my biggest thing right now, is the suspension is still really stiff. The initial hit on that thing is really harsh. I think I can soften it up a little bit more, but again, it's a supercross bike that we're trying to take into the desert. So I've made it more capable, but I can't say that I've fully converted the thing. The tire moose were actually not too bad out there. The bike is still very stable, but again, I think there are better bikes for this. I think that the KTM350 can be made to do it. It's just, it wasn't initially built for that, so it kind of takes quite a bit to get that thing there. Real quick, on the fuel, we were looking at trying to reach 85 miles. That's what we were hoping to get out of this thing. I'll tell you what, guys, after 61 miles, we are down to right here in the shrouds. After 61 miles being right here on fuel, that's pretty dang good. I think we can squeeze 85 miles out of this pretty easily. So no worries about that thing chasing guys through the desert as a Guardian Angel bike. But I hope you guys like this kind of stuff. I like this dirt bike. I don't mind doing more dirt bikes in the future, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I can catch you guys out in the desert on the next one.